folks, welcome back to Midnight Reviews, and you may notice I'm not at my normal review set right now. Well, that's because I am at Walt Disney World for a nice little vacation away from all the reviews, and I'm here at Disney Hollywood Studios, as you see from the tower behind me, that I wanted to come here just to mainly relax, but show you some attractions I really do enjoy. And also, I'm going to try and sneak into the Toy Story Land to have a lot of fun. See how that goes. Oh yeah, they're totally refurbishing the land. I forgot about this. Oh, I got an idea. Why don't we head over to the Great Movie Ride? It's got a sea full of films of the classic times, and it's going to be amazing. So, come on. Oh right, this is going to be an awesome attraction when it opens this year. Alright, is it fall yet? Third time's the charm, because I'm going to be taking you guys to an attraction I consider my favorite and the best in this whole entire park. It is the magic of Disney animation. Give me a minute. Okay, I just did my research and I have just one question. Why? I mean, why would you change the... You know what? I need to review this. I really do. If I don't, I'm making it out of my system. So... Hey, I'm back! Of course, side effect of traveling with magic makes my hair a little bit different, but you know what? This is giving me an idea. We're gonna do this video a little bit different, so why don't you join me? Shall you? Now, before I talk about the attraction, I need to discuss a bit about how Disney Hollywood Studios was made. Trust me, it'll make sense. Disney MGM Studios was born from the team of Michael Eisner, Frank Wells, and Jeffrey Katzenberg when they joined the Walt Disney Company in 1984. Wishing to make their mark, they came up with a proposed pavilion for Future World that would focus on highlighting the media of film, television, and radio. Eventually, the plan grew over time to become its own park with a built-in film and animation studios, along with a studio tram tour. Which Michael Eisner may have ripped off from Universal when they put their pitch out of having a theme park in Orlando right before he went to work for Disney. Damn it, Eisner. The park opened on May 1st, 1989 with only a few attractions to its name. The Great Movie Ride, Superstar Television, the Monster Sound Show, the Studio Tram Tour, and of course, the magic of Disney animation. The attraction was originally a 45-minute tour of how hand-drawn animation was made, along with showcasing its second animation studio outside Burbank, California. During the park's construction, it was the first to open and operate in the few years before the studios opened to the rest, the public. It's because Disney was motivated to produce more anime films during the mid to late 1980s, and so the studio in Florida was born. It's here I have to discuss there are two incarnations of this attraction. We're going to kick things off by talking about the first incarnation that ran from 1989 to 2004. Just like the Studio Tram Tour, the magic of Disney Animation was a tour that guided guests to the different stages of animation. There were 4 connected experiences that explored the legacy of Disney Animation: Back to Neverland, Animators on Animation, Classics, and Legacy. The tour begins with a short film entitled Back to Neverland, hosted by Walter Cronkite and starring the late Robin Williams, an introductory film on animation by turning Robin into a lost boy from Peter Pan. The animators loved working with Robin so much that they actually wrote the part of Genie specifically for him to portray in their upcoming animated film, Aladdin. And dear God, it's become one of the most iconic films today that it's being remade, but we'll save that for another time. Though, for those of you who don't know, you know that tourist outfit Genie wears at the end of the film? That's a tribute to Robin Williams' outfit that he wears in Back to Neverland. It's the little facts, you know? The short film is its own golden gem that holds much history in front of and behind the scenes. It was directed by Jerry Rees, who would go on to direct The Brave Little Toaster, with character animation on Lost Boy Robin by Bruce Smith, who went on to make The Proud Family, and the character designer for Dr. Facilier. Actually, all the animators on this project took turns animating different scenes or characters just to make the deadline in time for the attraction's opening. Back to Neverland is nothing more than a piece of forgotten Disney history that will unfortunately may never see the light of day. According to the New York Post, in 2015, Robin Williams' will prevents Disney from using his name, unused tape performances, and voice recordings for 25 years. This means that unused footage from Back to Neverland and the short itself will never see the light of day for another 21 years at the time of this video. It's understandable, but it's heartbreaking that we're never going to see an actual release of this film on DVD. It should be shown to everybody else. It's a piece of Disney history, but there's nothing we can do. After the film, the tour continued through all the department's animation and elevator tiered passageways that allow guests to view the artist from behind glass enclosures. Overhead were screens that had brief animated segments that helped explain what was going on with each process, with Walter Cronkite and an animated Robin appearing in these segments from time to time. Though the most famous of viewing the animators at work was a giant window that showed the desert cubicles, dubbed the fishbowl by the animators, mainly because they felt like they were goldfish being constantly watched by tourists as they worked. In the fishbowl, many animated films and shorts were made. To a couple Who Framed Roger Rabbit cartoons, to I Just Can't Wait to Be King from The Lion King, to Be Our Guest from Beauty and the Beast, Lilo and Stitch, Mulan, Brother Bear, the list can go on. And we can never see what goes on behind closed doors, except for a few making of featurettes. But there is one television show that managed to film what is going on behind the scenes. Mainly, yeah, I'm talking about when they did the Full House two-parter. In the two-part season 6 finale of Full House, like any ABC show, they were the first to go to Walt Disney World and partake in their own wacky shenanigans. One of those was Uncle Joey seeing an old friend at the Magic of Disney Animation who turns out to be legendary animator Mark Henn. And yes, Mark Henn did do the animation of Uncle Joey caricature thing. It's classic Mark Henn animation. I would talk more in depth how crazy this is, but my friend Some Jerk with the Camera covered it, and I'd rather do a video of how I feel about the two-parter in a future video. With the tour almost coming to a close, guests waited outside the Disney Classics Theater to watch the last film of the tour. While waiting, guests would watch screens in the lobby of Disney animators talking about their love of animation, and the Disney characters they created. This was called Animators on Animation. Once finished, a cast member would appear and teach how to draw a character. We've seen this continue today in parts of Walt Disney World, including Disney's California Adventure. Closing off the tour with a montage of best animated moments from Disney called Legacy, guests would exit to see displays of concept art, duplicated Oscars, and sneak peeks of upcoming projects before entering into a gift shop. The shop contained anything art related to Disney. Cells, sketches, art history books, anything, you name it. Yet from one experience I went to a couple years before the studio tour closed, I was able to snag one of these from the counter. And it was this. Now I know what you're thinking. Miss Nightmare, are you really holding the script to this video? You're being so breaking the fourth wall. No, I'm not holding the script. I am, for honest to God, holding a job application that you could get at the gift shop at the end of the tour. This is completely legit. Has a Disney Features animation logo right on the top. And it's a big, huge, few pages worth of what you could do just to apply for the animation studio. I'm holding a piece of history right now. It's incredible and wonderful to see. Unfortunately, it's weird that we don't use these anymore. We can just make an application online with just a click of a button. But the thing is, as a kid, I held on to this because the cast member said, hold on to this. When you get older, you can apply to the actual studio when you're an adult. But here's the sad truth. Even if I dreamed of working with the Florida studio, that sadly never happened. Because we now have to move into the second incarnation that ran from 2004 to 2015. As the business evolved, the company's priorities shifted. With the success of DreamWorks CGI animated films, Disney laid off most of their hand-drawn staff in Burbank, and the fate of the Florida studio was hanging in the balance. This led to the Florida staff producing animated films at lower cost. They were successful with Lilo and Stitch, which became an instant hit. However, when Brother Bear didn't make much at the box office, Disney announced the Florida studio's closure on January 12, 2004. With no working studio, Disney had to make changes quick and update them as best they could, which ended up being a clone of the one they would later put up in Disney's California Adventure. After some changes, the attraction reopened. It was noticed it was slightly different than before. You enter a theater for Drawn to Animation, a show where a cast member, with the help of Musha from Mulan, talk about the behind the scenes of animation. Once the show was done, you exit into what was once the fishbowl, but now closed off to showcase marquee statues and concept art of an upcoming film from Disney or Pixar. After walking past posters of different films, you get a glimpse at a couple cubicles on display. One had an original animated desk of what might look like what an animator was working on behind the scenes with concept arts and statues from various Disney productions. The second had the process of traditional cell animation, with a cast member working on an exclusive cell art that you could purchase in the gift shop. Then you would enter into the biggest area of all, where they would host a couple character meet and greets. The normal standard one would have Sorcerer Mickey, which is my favorite version of all. And then there would be interchangeable meet and greets that would range from Lotso to a canceled Wally one to Baymax. Though the key factor in this area was actually interactivity, which makes me think this is like a weird, cheap version of Disney Quest. Actually, I cannot believe I talked about Disney Quest on the show yet. No, not now. We're talking about Magic of Disney Animation. Another day. Here's where you do one of 4 interactive exhibits, a Microsoft Paint coloring pages, a personality quiz, dubbing 101, and a how to draw class of some of your favorite classic Disney characters. Once done, you exit through the same display that remained unchanged from the original tour before going into the gift shop. It seemed everything was going well, being one of the few remaining opening day attractions remaining in the park, until it was announced that on July 12, 2015 would be the last day the Magic of Disney Animation would remain in operation. On August 15th at D23 Expo 2015, it was announced that the Star Wars Launch Bay, an attraction that showcased the props and meet and greets of characters from Star Wars, would be replacing the former Magic of Disney Animation. Opening on December 4th, 2015, although some of the original locations remained, it was changed for good. Yes, we're getting to the part of why I was so frustrated during the beginning of this video, so here goes, full honesty. Am I mad that Star Wars took over? No, I'm not. I think it's cool. But here's what I'm upset about. Star Wars Launch Bay may no longer be open by the time of this video, and that's due to one thing. Galaxy's Edge. Recently, it was announced that Star Wars Galaxy's Edge would be opening on August 29th, 2019. It's the biggest project the Disney company has done, and it's a land I'm looking forward to seeing a few months after it's open. Once this land opens, Star Wars Launch Bay will close shortly after, and this is the prediction I highly guarantee is going to happen. I mean, and that makes me upset, because the building is going to be empty, and they're going to use it for storage, like parts that we can't access as normal guests, and that's what kills me. This building is just going to be used for storage. This isn't a big storage unit. This is a historical piece of Disney history, and it hurts that it's being used like that. I want this building to have something in it so it doesn't remain empty when it happens. I want it to be thriving with life. Something new. A new attraction would be wonderful to replace Launch Bay when it closes. Even the whole animation courtyard needs a refurbishment, which hopefully they'll give it to Disney Hollywood Studios after they're done with Galaxy's Edge, but they're going to work on Epcot, but please also help with the animation courtyard. It's in desperate need of repair. And even to the building. I feel like they would put something there that would honor anything. I just want it to be alive again. The Magic of Disney Animation and its Florida Animation Division will forever be a staple of Disney history. And I hope there are people that will remember this little tour of 2D animation just like I do. Well, folks, that's all I got for you for today. I had a lot of fun making this video. I got out of my comfort zone a bit and did something different. I might do one of these in the future, but for now, I should probably get back to my vacation, mainly because my Tower of Terror Fast Pass is going to start soon, and I would love to ride that attraction. And actually, I could have sworn to sense some magic there. And it could have been with the 5th dimension, but I'll check it out. So until next time, I'm Miss Nightmare. I'll see you all in the next review.